Three claps, your boy swings back at it again, swing swaggy sense. So first and foremost, I want to give a shout out to all of my subscribers, like praying over my procedure of all four of my wisdom teeth, which I wasn't expecting. I thought it was just going to be the top two, but he just winded up taking all four, and it was fine. Right now, they're in the healing process, and if my lips are not moving as fast, I'm not trying to move my jaw as much so I don't break any of the skin or any of the stitches right now. But even though I said on my community tab I was going to be doing reviews until everything is like all good and cool, but you get bored to a certain extent where it's just like I want to do something, and I miss doing this thing that I love doing, and I had to get back on it. So today I'm going to be talking about 4 solid fragrances for 4 solid teams that are going to be playing today, this Sunday, even though that my team is not playing. But regardless of the fact, without further ado, let's get into this review. So the first game that we have today is going to be the Eagles against San Fran, and the way I'm going to be doing this is going to be going off of the color scheme of each team. So with that being said, I'm going to start off with the Eagles, and with that fragrance that I picked out for the Eagles is going to be from Original Penguin, and this is going to be Rocks. Not a lot of people talk about this fragrance. I don't know why. It's a solid fragrance, and honestly, it's a bird too, so I'm glad that I did pick it. But with this fragrance, it starts off with a bright apple, green apple, and this scent within itself is not a scent that I believe that would be projecting in the winter or the cooler weather. I think it's more or less of a thing where it's going to project more within the hotter weathers and the warm weathers. It has the green apple, like I was just mentioning. It has a lot of different citrus notes in here. Then it comes down to a nice little lavender and some clary sage that's in there. And let me tell you, this is very difficult to try not to move my jaw as much, but I'm gonna do the best that I can, and I'm gonna give y'all the ins and outs of this fragrance along with the other 3 fragrances, because I love what I'm doing. The price you pay, man. The price you pay. Yeah, and for me, this lasts about 3 to 4 hours on my skin. It's not a beast cologne fragrance. It's not a beast, but it's definitely very inviting, definitely very vibrant and intoxicating on initial blast. And honestly, that's all you need. You're gonna get those looks, those comments, those head turners, and those birds are going to follow you. Trust me. When they smell this, they are going to follow you. I got this roughly around I got this at Ross years ago, about maybe $12. But as I looked online, it's about 20 something dollars now, and I don't think that's not a bad price at all either. But definitely a good grab, definitely something that you can put into your repertoire for the hotter months, the warmer months, and can't go wrong with the Rocks, man. So once again, for the Eagles, going green, that's Original Penguin, Rocks. On to the next fragrance. So the next fragrance that I got in this list is going to be for the team San Fran, and this is going to be from the house of Versace, and that's going to be Versace Eros Flame. And let me tell you something before I go into this. It's funny because I remember when this first came out, no one was really talking about this because of the fact that the original Eros, and I believe at that time too, they might have came out with the EDP, but I'm not quite sure. I'm not going to say that that's the thing, but Eros in general by Versace was hands down the best fragrance. No one was really peeping for this one as much as they did like the original, but this one is starting to get the hype now. People are starting to appreciate this fragrance now, and I'm super glad that I had gotten this one I did, because prices are hiking up, and who knows when this is still going to be on the shelves. So with this fragrance, it starts off also with a bright, citrus note. Has the mandarin orange, it has the other citrus notes, it has tonka bean in here for a nice vanillic background to soothe out the citrus blast. And this is an all around every month, every year, every season scent. You can't go wrong with this. People are not going to be upset with this. With this fragrance, they're going to enjoy it. They're going to ask you where you got it. They're going to ask you what it is. And it's going to last on you about 8 hours, because it does for me. And the sillage on this, the projection on this is just outstanding. I can't, complain about this fragrance, because it just hits all markers for me. It has the citrus, it has this tonka bean, it has the nice smoothness in this fragrance too. It's very, very well blended. Very, very hype and very thankful that I was able to get this fragrance when I did. And, just can't go wrong with this. Can't go wrong with this. Once again, for San Fran, that's Versace Eros Flame. On to the next fragrance. So the next game that we got going on is going to be the Cincinnati Bengals going against the Kansas City Chiefs. And for the Bengals, what I got for it is going to be from the House of Dua, and that's going to be Dua's Supernova on Fire. Supernova on Fire. And this is going to be a composition and a hybrid of Maison Martin Margiela's By the Fireplace, as well as Roger Parfum's Elysium. And too many notes to describe. What I can say is they have thyme, juniper berry, they have clary sage, it has musk, it has just the whole slew, because you're putting two fragrances together to compose such a masterfully chef's kiss type of scent. And with this scent, you off initial blast, you're gonna get the fireplace. You're gonna get, the coziness of sitting by the fire, maybe cooking some marshmallows over the wood, which we don't really do that often no more. When we were a kid and you were so used to having family time and just wanting to just be amongst friends, we don't really have that much anymore. We need to start that back up again, and we need to get back to the roots. But it starts off with that fireplace note, and then after a while you get the Elysium, which is like the bergamot and the high citrus notes within this. With this scent, what I get from my skin, I get about 10 plus hours on this. This is definitely a banger, and for good reason. And this is definitely something that I'll be wearing within this month as well as next month, and maybe the following month, because we haven't really been getting snow yet, but we have been getting colder temperatures. So I'm just waiting for, we've been getting flurries every so often, but other than that, we've been all right. We've been good. But definitely going to bring this out. Definitely a compliment getter. Once you get this, you can't go wrong with this. Unfortunately, I looked this up again and it's sold out, so maybe Dua might bring this back out when they have their Vault fragrances come back. So just be on the lookout for that. It's such a great scent, such a great scent. And then after the Elysium is there, it goes back to the fireplace. So it's just like it has the fireplace, and then it goes to the Elysium, and then it goes to the fireplace again. So definitely a great scent. Can't go wrong with it. That is Supernova on Fire. On to the next. So the next fragrance that I got in this list is going to be for the Kansas City Chiefs, and this is going to be Ultraman by Paco Rabanne. And as you can see, this is taped up. And I have a story for this. So when I first initially got this is when the hype train of Ultra Red Man was being hyped up, clearly. And this was the clone or close to the discontinued fragrance, Ultra Zest, and it was so hyped, you couldn't find it, and it was on the rack stores, not on the rack stores, then it was online, then it wasn't online. It was like that time, that period of when this fragrance was like peaking. It was definitely like scavenger type of mode, and I had gotten this off of Fragrance by CA at the time, and when I had gotten it, I had gotten the box. My younger sister was here, and she seen it. She was like, "Oh my God, it smells so good! It's already out the box." I'm like, "Yeah, it smells good," but something told me that something was wrong, and so I opened it, and long and behold, it was leaking. So I had gotten electrical tape and taped it up, and I got a good amount of juice in there. I'm not sure if you can see it. I haven't been using it as often because I don't honestly plan on buying another fragrance from, I don't plan on buying another one of these. I think, this shows the dedication of what I do and the love of what I do too. And the person that was driving,
count your days.
But going to the scent, you got this Home Depot stapler gun type of mechanic, and it's pretty neat, pretty different. And it starts off with the blood orange. It hits you so hard with the blood orange, and the blood orange goes into this vanilla type of vibe. And then once it goes into the vanilla type of vibe, it does have the tonka. It's a sweet fragrance, but also it's masculine in a sense. Not sure if, some men don't really like the sweeter notes, so maybe they might not lean towards this type of scent profile, but I would say that, a strong and confident man would wear this, in any type of occasion. I would just say with the spring and warmer weathers, dial back on the stapler gun, action, because you're definitely going to annoy and be obnoxious to people because it is very potent and strong. It's very seductive, very sophisticated, and it's also very mysterious, but it's mysterious in a way where the people that smell it want to get to know you. They want to get to know you. They want to know everything about you and everything about this fragrance too, because they're probably going to be wanting to get this fragrance, which you can get this fragrance now for about $50, but if you don't already have Ultra Zest, then I would recommend you get this, but definitely something to have in your collection, and something that would definitely, so for the longevity for me is all day, 12 hours max, and I can't complain. I only have one complaint because the woman's nose was very, very sensitive. Her husband wasn't, her husband didn't really mind it. He thought it smelled good along with other colleagues, but you just have to be mindful of where you're at, because I train clients and I have a lot of people around me, so I have to be really mindful of how many sprays and how potent a fragrance is. But it's still good nonetheless. Sometimes I just wear it anyway, but those are on my I don't care days when I really just want to smell it. But normally I'm generous to people and their sensory, their nose. So definitely a great pickup. Definitely can't go wrong. And once again, I can't get mad at the fact that it's taped up. It shows a lot of character of this bottle, I would say. But so for this fragrance for the Kansas City Chiefs, this is going to be Ultraman by Paco Rabanne. Ultra Red Man by Paco Rabanne. So let me know if you have any of these fragrances. Let me know if you have any other fragrances that you would wear today in the midst of the games that are going on this Sunday. Who do you think is going to win? Who do you think is going to win the Super Bowl? Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Share it to the folks that like this type of material. And I'll catch you on the next one. Appreciate y'all. Love y'all. Peace.